The Black Lives Matter marches we're seeing today have their roots in civil rights marches from decades ago. Pastor James Peters took part in those marches back in the day, and reporter Lance Hernandez spoke with him about what has changed and what has remained the same.
The March on Washington was the height of it.
Pastor James Peters remembers that August day in 1963 when a huge crowd descended on Washington. A reporter asked how many people he expected.
I said, well, we're hoping for 100,000. Well, we got 250,000.
That march, capped by Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, was peaceful, but there was violence afterwards.
Less than a month later, the Klan set off a bomb in the 16th Street Baptist Church, and those 4 little girls were killed.
In March of 1965, more violence as 600 peaceful protesters tried to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge on their way from Selma to Montgomery. MLK put out a call to do the same march again.
And I was there. We had 2,600 people lined up to make that same march that they had got beaten up for on Sunday. And we didn't know what would happen, but we were there. We were committed.
Reverend Peters says the big difference between present-day marches and what he took part in previously was the scope.
This one has caught on all across the country. People see the picture of that man dying with a foot on his neck, and they are appalled.
We also asked about rioting and how they compared.
We had riots in Detroit where people burned down 3,000 of their own homes, which I thought was crazy.
He says the looting and vandalism now doesn't begin to compare. In addition to the scale of the protests, he says the big difference is there are many, many more white people involved now, which he says bodes well for change. One big hope, that black parents who now have to teach their kids how to act when confronted by police won't have to do anything differently than white parents. Lance Hernandez.
Good Sunday morning, Las Vegas.